Chubu here, and Smash Brothers. You know it, you love it, you've probably raged at it. It is a classic game for all Nintendo fans. Overall, just gaming fans. I feel a lot of people have played Smash, even if it's just casually. And I, of course, love Smash Bros. I've 100% Smash Ultimate. It is one of the games of all time. And one thing we all can agree on that is awesome about the game are the references and the love and care put into each and every character, down to their alternate costumes, for the most part. Unfortunately, a lot of characters have either Smash original costumes, or the references are kind of lost with time. Whatever the case, the alternate costumes definitely are probably one of the weakest forms of referencing the source material and just general characters that you could find in the game. And while this is not to, harp on the actual Smash team since they put a lot of work in, I do think there are more creative ways to approach designing the alternate costumes for each of the characters. So, what I'm going to be doing starting today and moving forward, I'll be taking a look at every single Smash Ultimate fighter, looking at their costume options, and figuring out what works and doesn't work, and how I would personally go about improving the references and general costume preferences. This is all my opinion, of course, so if there's anything you may not like, obviously let me know in the comments. If there's any other good ideas you have, also leave in the comments. Subscribe. I will be doing this per game, so that I'm starting with a 64 roster. I was going to do all of them in one video, but unfortunately it was just too much to do in one take, so I am splitting up across different videos, but don't worry, they will be coming out soon. So subscribe, stay tuned, it's happening. Anyway, I'm going to just jump right into it. Starting up first, we have Mario. Of course, Mario has all 8 costumes. Every character Smash Bros. Has 8 costumes. I won't be going back to any previous games, because I know some games have scrapped costumes, of course. But here are the 8, and for reference, I will be showing all of the reference material, if they have some, and like a little image in the corner as well. So we have Mario in his base suit, Mario based off his costume in NES Open Tournament Golf, an outfit inspired by what he looked like on the box art for Mario Bros. On NES. This outfit is kind of lost as it's sort of changed color over time, but it's based off Foreman Spike from Wrecking Crew. Also, another costume based off the cover art for Wrecking Crew, then one based off Waluigi, Builder Mario, and Wedding Mario. They all do have references, but a lot of them are kind of older, and while that's not a problem, the issue kind of comes in the fact that a lot of the Mario characters share similar reference material. So, we're getting rid of a lot of them. For one, Waluigi I just don't think works here, should be saved for Luigi. And the other ones are simple palette swaps, of course, but they all reference box art, and especially with more modern games like Odyssey, he's had different outfits that have reappeared. So while we can have classic ones, of course, I do want more variety in what we're referencing, because a lot of these characters have such great history that we could be pulling from. So in Mario's case, we're taking a few special ones. For the simple color swaps, we're bringing back Fire Mario. It is a classic that was in the older games but got replaced for Wedding Mario. I do think we can just have both. Fire Mario is iconic as can be, and I really like it. On top of that, we also have his Odyssey outfit based off of his classic color scheme from the NES era. While you could say it maybe doesn't or does work, I do think it's one of those kind of everyone can see the origin, and it does reference back those classic original games. I want this because Odyssey referenced it, so it's also a reference to Odyssey, but it's one of those things where I feel we can all appreciate what it's representing. Next, we have his outfit from 100%ing Sunshine, or it's like all the blue coins or whatever. His little Sunshine outfit, he has Flood still in the moveset, of course, and while the switching on movesets is a whole other topic, let me know if you want to hear me talk about those. It is a fun outfit, and I just like seeing the rolled up sleeves, little sprite shirt, and the glasses. It's a fun little outfit, cosmetic change that Mario could wear. And lastly, 64 Mario. Now, a lot of modern games have been doing this thing of taking polygonal models and putting it on the newer games as a fun reference. I have been loving it, and a lot of people also really like it. Mario 64 is one of the games of all time. Like, that is just a known fact. And being that this game series started on 64 as well, having a Mario 64 styled costume where he's all blocky like that original appearance, I think would go such a long way to show the dedication and the references. And overall, I think these costumes now kind of fully reflect Mario with, like, his original costume, colors based off of a signature power-up, powers based off, more modern power-ups. The 3D games, how back in the day he was kind of thrown onto other things with the NES Open Tournament outfit. It really shows off a lot of what Mario's done, and I really love just the variety you get in the outfits. Next up, of course, is Donkey Kong, and unfortunately, Donkey Kong doesn't have as many notable references due to the fact that his appearance doesn't change much throughout game to game. For his costumes, at least, he has his original one based off of just what a normal gorilla looks like, one based off his arcade sprite, one from the multiplayer mode of Donkey Kong 64, one from the, it's like, I don't know if it's a multiplayer mode, just alternate color scheme, but from DK King of Swing, one that's been titled Yeti Kong, it's a whole thing, but for lack of a better term, it's based off of the Yeti that shows up in the Donkey Kong Country TV series, another costume based off of King of Swing, and then one based off of Donkey Kong Jr.'s Player 2 appearance in Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Most of these, I don't like. For one, the Yeti just doesn't... Let's not reference the country show. A real gorilla's inspiration's fun, but you could reference other material. I don't like the purple only because it's like a pseudo reference. It just doesn't work, and we already have 2 King of Swing colors, so let's get rid of one. Instead, we're gonna get more varied. 1, blue DK from Mario Party, which is what that purple one is supposed to be. Purple has just switched so much over time as what the colors are supposed to be. This blue from, I think this is Mario Golf here, it's more unique, looks better. I personally think this is what they should go with instead of having a purple. While the movie came out after, Fire DK being this red with the white highlights, it's really nice, and obviously if we get a new Smash game, it'll be the new Donkey Kong design anyway, which looks like the movies. I think having a reference to Fire DK from the movie would be awesome, just showing off more of the franchise, of course. Then Super Kong, a lot of people said the white fur is based off Super Kong, but it predates Super Kong technically. But give it a blue tie, you can make the reference. And lastly, an alt based off Funky Kong. If we don't have a new Echo Fighter or character for Donkey Kong, I think having an outfit based off of Funky, who has a very similar build to him, would be awesome, and let's be honest, who doesn't love Donkey Kong? Next up, we have Link. Now, Link is interesting because his appearance in Ultimate is the biggest switch-up we've had in a while for the character, with his base outfit being based off Breath of the Wild instead of just his standard appearance in, like, Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. But his alts do reference a lot of parts of the franchise. We have the standard hero outfit from Breath of the Wild, and this is a nitpick, I don't like how they took everything directly from Breath of the Wild. I wish there was more variety, but that's neither here nor there. But we have kind of his iconic older appearance, one based off of like the Sheikah outfit, one based off Fierce Deity Link, one based off the World Guard outfit, one based off of Twilight Princess, which was Link's previous incarnation that was in Smash from Smash Brawl and 4, one based off of his casual wear in Skyward Sword, and one based off of Dark Link. While they all are solid references, I want to get rid of the 2 that are just outfits from Breath of the Wild. We already have the base Breath of the Wild outfit, and that is the basis we're going with for all these designs. Having 2 that are just directly ripped from that game I don't like that. I wish there was something more creative there. So we took some other outfits. If we are going to take from Breath of the Wild, why not take the one everyone memed about, and that's the Vo outfit where Link dresses up as a girl. While it is a bit more different than the rest, it is a fun costume and could work really well. You wouldn't have to switch up too much, just again, different costume. And we're going from a different game. Hyrule Warriors has a Royal Guard outfit, which is very different and also doesn't have a hat. I don't know, I just kind of like having a different Royal Guard outfit that's not the one from Breath of the Wild. Again, more parts of the franchise being covered here. You now have a lot more game variety, of course, because when the heck is Hyrule Warriors ever mentioned? And it feels more fitting because this is kind of the Twilight Princess Link, sorta. Next up is Samus, and Samus, surprisingly, has weird variety of costumes. You'd think it would just be her suits, but no. You have her base suit, which is the Vario suit in this game, the fusion suit. The sprite version of the gravity suit, since it was more of a pinkish in the original game. The dark suit, the actual gravity suit. A green suit, which apparently is based off of, like, Gundam. It has no origin, which is really dumb. The light suit, and one based off of, like, an enemy in Prime 2, I think. You can see where I'm going. Let's get rid of the ones that just aren't costumes. Samus has a ton of outfits that could be used for inspiration. The fact that they didn't is a bit upsetting. And while, like, the pink one, I guess, works, and the other one, the last one, was just to replace the Dark Samus out, since Dark Samus is now a clone character, yeah, we could still do a lot better. So here, we have the missing suits that have some variety. We have the Phazon suit from the Animatrix Prime 1, which, beautiful suit. I mean, let's put that as one. Then we have the PED suit from Prime 3. While it does have a lot of samey colors, if we go for the more corrupted state, it would be a very unique suit. And lastly, I think the Metroid suit would look really sick. It's another green suit. And well, again, Dread came out after Ultimate. We could theoretically have this be retroactively added. Next, we have Dark Samus. I will be grouping the clones with their originals. So Dark Samus is interesting, as the ones that have references are references to other characters. We have Dark Samus' normal suit, just a Smash original, one based off of a Hunter, another original, one based off of Chozo statue, one based off of the concept art for Dark Samus, which love that, and then one based off of Hunter, and one based off of a boss from one of the GBA Metroids, I'm pretty sure. But if we're focusing with Prime and the Hunters, how about we go all out and remove the ones that aren't, and replace them with outfits based off of the other Hunters you could find throughout Metroid Prime. While a lot of them share similar color schemes, you could make it work, have different shades. And overall, if you had the entire thing be Prime related to begin with, I think everyone would be okay with that. I wouldn't mind having even similar color schemes if they all have those references to the rest of the Prime franchise, because that's where Dark Samus is from. Next up is Yoshi, who is nearly perfect. All of the Yoshi alts are based off of colors we've seen Yoshi take throughout the games. Green, red, blue, yellow, pink, cyan, and purple, with the last one being based off Crafted World. Let's get rid of that one. While Crafted World isn't as nearly close of a good game to Woolly World, the alt doesn't look that different from the original besides the texturing. Bring back Black Yoshi. I mean, it's a color we see in the games. It was in previous ones. Like, just bring it back. Have 8 unique colors. If we're not gonna have a Woolly World skin, give us just Black Yoshi back, please. Next up is Kirby. Kirby's alts all do have some form of inspiration. With the original Kibi, which is what you call Yellow Kirby from Dream Course. Then Ice Kirby and Fire Kirby. Green Kirby appeared in, like, Amazing Mirror. And then we have a monochromatic skin based off of his original appearance from Dreamland. Orange, which is supposed to be based off of spray paint, but if you look at other games like the Battle Royales, Orange Kirby is one of the colors that is prominently featured, even has custom artwork, as you can see. And the last one's based off Meta Knight without a mask, as Meta Knight is just Kirby with armor. And you know what? I think this is perfect. They all have references, most of them multiple at that add on to each other. And while I do wish the orange, at least, was a bit more brighter and different, overall, like, they all have unique references. They all have something that I appreciate about Kirby's design and his game history. Like, there's nothing here I would actually change. Well, I could add on to it and maybe make a few more unique ones. I think it's good as is. I think Kirby has a phenomenal alt selection, which makes sense. Sakurai made the games, so I'm sticking with these. I don't think we need to change any of them. Kirby has the references. That's all I need. Now we have Fox. Star Fox, of course, doesn't have nearly as many games as the rest that have been previously discussed, so it is a bit harder, but they did try pulling references for. We have his normal outfit, one based off of a standard kind of fox with the darker fur. Then we have some alts from Star Fox Assault's multiplayer with the red, green, and the yellow from later on. We have one based off of Falco, I guess, in 64. We're getting rid of that anyway. A green one, which is Smash Original, and one based off of Wolf, since Wolf wasn't in Smash 4, so they give him a Wolf alt. We're getting rid of the ones that, while Wolf and the Falco one are fun, there are other characters that are in the game, we don't need them. The one that's a fox is basically Smash Original, along with the other one. We can find better references. So instead, yeah, I know, it's a selection. For one, the Melee Fox. Well, I know a lot of people can be like, why would they put Melee Fox? Melee Fox is iconic in Smash. And the team knows Melee has that popularity behind it. Giving us an ult that makes Fox look like this older model would be amazing. Then James McLeod, who looks just like Fox with a few visual differences. Specifically the glasses, that would be a fun ult, and technically a separate character as well. That would be fun. Now, if we go back to the original box art with, like, the puppet, this is actually a very different outfit and fur color. That would be a really deep cut that I would love to see as an orange ult. And then lastly, a character who's an assist trophy, Crystal. If you colored Fox like Crystal instead of Wolf, you now have another character being referenced since Wolf is already in the game as a separate fighter. This overall, while it's arguably still not that crazy or unique, it does have a few more deep cuts and covers a bit more of the franchise that I'd like to see, especially since Star Fox is obviously not going to have that much of a representation since there's not much to work with. Next is Pokemon, and all the Pokemon alts across the board are so disappointing to me. And it's not just the lack of having the shinies be alts. They all go for unique things for sure, but I just wish they did other things, and I'll get to what I mean in a sec. For Pikachu, we have his normal design, and then he has hats based off of all the other trainers. We have one based off Red, Brendan, Ethan, Callum, and Celine. Yes, I remember them all. We also have Pikachu Libre. There's also the party hat, which is iconic from the Smash 64 days, and it's been carried over to all the other games. Let's get rid of all of them, except Libre, because that's a costume Pikachu's wore in the games. Pikachu has so much merch and appearances where he's had costumes, you could make a whole game's worth of Pikachu with costumes. While it is cute referencing the different trainers, you could do that with the other Pokemon. Some of the Pokemon don't have the same level of material to work with, so save that for the others, and give Pikachu the outfits he's worn. So we're covering all aspects of the franchise with this one. Starting off, we have Rockstar Pikachu, another outfit from the Oraz games, and it's the only other outfit from that set that I feel actually works with this context, because the rest are all bigger, flowy, so I think this one works. Detective Pikachu, while it's just a simple hat, I mean, it got a movie, like, deserves it. And while I know Sakurai likes only focusing on the video games, Ash Hat Pikachu is in the games. You could put it here and it would work just fine. Then we move to other forms of merchandising with the Eevee and Magikarp ponchos, Eevee being the other mascot, Magikarp being just an iconic Pokemon for its weakness. While the ponchos would probably need separate physics, of course, they're such cute outfits, and I don't think anyone would be mad if we got them. Lastly, from Mario's Anniversary, there was a collab, and we had Mario and Luigi-style Pikachu outfits. Why the heck is that not in the game? You already got Mario here, you don't need to license it out, you own everything. Give us the Mario Pikachu, that would be awesome, it's such a cool reference, and I think everyone would be playing with that for playing Pikachu. But overall, you have now touched so much of the franchise, you've covered so much more, these are all actual outfits Pikachu has worn in some shape or form, like, why didn't they do this? It just upsets me. Next up is Luigi, and unfortunately, Luigi's alts kinda suck because they don't reference Luigi. He has this original, then what Mario looks like on the cover for Pinball, then Luigi's appearance in Wrecking Crew, what Mario looks like on the cover of Mario Bros, Fire Luigi, Waluigi, what Mario looks like on the cover of Game & Watch, and then what Luigi looks like in the Atari port? Maybe? I don't know. We're getting rid of most of them. Luigi, just like Mario, has had so many appearances with different outfit colors, and on top of that, Luigi's Mansion has alternate colors that we could work with. Why the heck we didn't reference more of those games, I don't know. So I fixed that. Here we have the other Luigis from, I believe, Dark Moon. We have the cyan one, the orange one, and the pink one. Well, they all had similar colored alts in Smash, of course, with these colors. These are just the Dark Moon versions, and I think it's awesome if we had that representation from Luigi's sub-series. On top of that, Luigi, again, if we're not having a clone or Echo Fighter, give Luigi an awesome, beautifully textured skin. My life is yours. And lastly, for a neat color reference, The Mario OVA from the 90s had Luigi with a very dramatically different outfit. While this isn't anything to do with the games, it is a very deep cut that I would love. And it also is very similar to one of the alts to begin with. So if they just kept that and said that was the reference, I wouldn't be mad. Next up, Ness. Now, Earthbound, of course, is in a bit of a weird spot due to the lack of games. And since this is also taking from sort of multiple, it's weird. But I do have a problem with a few of these alts. To begin with, we have Ness's standard outfit, one based off of a character from Mother 3, one based off of an enemy, one based off of a character from Earthbound, which I don't remember the name, one based off of Ness when he was younger, which you find at Magic Camp, one with just Mr. Saturn, one with a Mr. Belch pattern, and one with the tile backgrounds that you find in the game. While I love the menu reference as the shirt, it is a bit weird, but we're getting rid of a lot of these. While it is cool seeing Mr. Saturn, it's already an item in the game. I don't think we need a shirt just to reference that. And the others being... One's a reference to Mother 3, which Lucas is in the game already. If someone's having that reference, it should be Lucas. One based off of just, like, enemies and characters, like, that aren't relevant to begin with. Yeah, no. Let's make them relevant. In the game, we have 3 other party members. All of them with unique color schemes. Apply that to Ness? Have his colors reference the rest of the cast from Earthbound? Awesome. And Ness actually does have an alternate outfit within the beginning of Earthbound, that being his pajamas. Giving him a blue outfit that's all striped, while it'd be very similar to the other one, because it's similar colors, of course. Maybe just remove the hat and call it unique. I don't know how you want to go about it, but those are better references than what they have already. Crying out loud, Earthbound fans, they get crumbs to begin with. Just let them have this. Next up is Captain Falcon. And with F-Zero being as dead in the ground as possible, the references are a bit unique. We have his standard appearance moving from GX forward, one based off of a commercial from, I believe it was either GX or like towards the originals. Blood Falcon, one based off of one of the vehicles being the screen in orange, I don't remember the name. One based off his original appearance in like the older comics from like that came packaged with like the NES game. Then we have 3 other characters in F-Zero that are relatively iconic. Debatably so, but like there's Jody Summers. I don't remember the yellow guy's name. Definitely don't remember the blue guy's name. But they all do reference stuff. And F-Zero is so dead in the water. I'm saying congrats, and it's a good selection. I know F-Zero fans, the few of you that remain, may be sitting here saying you could probably do a lot more. And I won't deny that fact. But with the lack of content in games, and the fact that almost the entirety of his moveset is original to Smash to begin with, I think Captain Falcon's alts are just fine. They don't need to be fixed up. I'd love to hear what you guys would like for references in the comments, because F-Zero is one of the franchises I don't know much about. I do think it's fine, and you could touch up some maybe, but I'm leaving it as is, saying it's fine, moving on. Next up is Jigglypuff, and interesting, to say the least. We have a normal alt, one with just like a hibiscus flower, which is Smash Original, one with Leaf's hat, one with the Bug Catcher's hat, one with Kirby's sleep hat to reference the original fact that Jigglypuff was just reskinned and retooled from Kirby in the original 64, one with a cute bow, one with Nurse Joy's hat, one with Serena's hat. Here are all of them. While I do like the sleep hat because that's what Jigglypuff does, and it's a reference to Kirby, another franchise, I like the cross-referencing from franchises, and this is one of those cases that works really well, so we're keeping that, but the rest, getting rid of. I say we use held items as a source of inspiration because they're more interesting. For one, a shiny Jigglypuff. You could say it's another held item one, but shiny Jigglypuff. The rest of the Pokemon need shinies. That's a fact. But the rest, I say we give held items. Jigglypuff is iconic in Melee with the green bandana. To sort of reference that, on top of the fact that they are items that the Pokemon would technically wear even if we don't see it in the games, I think it'd be awesome if we had the Muscle Band, the Rocky Helmet, the Choice Specs, the Choice Band, the Crown from Unite. Don't remember the name. Which could also reference the fact that Jigglypuff used to wear Peach's crown. They're all cute references. They cover more parts of the franchise. Giving it to Jigglypuff works, and moving forward, I will be trying something unique with each of the Pokemon to cover different parts of the franchise, because as it stands, I think they probably have the worst alt selection, like coverage-wise from the franchises in Smash. And if you counted correctly, that's actually more than 12, because of the Echo Fighter, but excluding that, that is the entire Smash 64 roster. Really solid across the board. I think a lot of them have a lack of references, but they also reference parts of the Smash history. And while I do like that, at the same time I don't, which is why I replaced most of them, but I know a lot of people don't mind that fact. So, that being said, that's what I'm going to end with today. Don't worry, next time I'll give you the Melee roster, and we'll keep going from there. But if you enjoyed this video, again, like, subscribe, helps me a ton, shows me you guys want this more. I'll get it to you quicker if I can. But yeah, that's all I got for you today, so I wish you a lovely day.